Hello, I'm Jeffrey Larson, and in this video, I want to talk to you about something that everyone struggles with, but few people understand why it happens or how to overcome it. It's something that stops us in our tracks in pursuing significant achievements in our lives and prevents us from realizing our true potential. It's called the terror barrier. Whenever we are about to do something that we're not used to doing, or that we've never done before, we will likely face the terror barrier. It can happen anytime we've set a major goal for ourselves, or we are looking to make a serious change in our lifestyle. There's some action that we know we need to take in order to get what we want, but we're hesitant and anxious about actually doing it. We're having difficulty in seeing ourselves actually doing what we need to do, and this is stopping us. A classic analogy is the shy boy at a dance. He wants to ask the girl to dance, but he's afraid. She wants to dance, and she would dance with him if he asked, but it's outside of his comfort zone, and he never asks her to dance. Can you see that oftentimes the barriers to our achievement are within our own mind? Step number 1 in the psychological process of experiencing growth dealing with the terror barrier is bondage. Look at the stick person here and let this be a symbolic image for the mind. The conscious mind is on top. It is our thinking mind. This is where we can generate images and ideas. Underneath that in the big circle is the subconscious mind. This is the part of the mind that controls our emotions and the behaviors of the body, which is in the small circle below it. What we're seeing in this illustration is that this person is completely conditioned to produce the results they are getting. You can see pretty clearly how the X-type conditioning produces X-type thoughts and X-type results. This person is stuck getting the results they do not want. They may be very frustrated. It seems like no matter what they do, they stay in the same place year after year. The second step in dealing with the terror barrier is reason. The spirit within us begins to become aware of the desire to expand and increase in our life. Our thinking mind forms an image of this desired state. This could be a variety of particular things depending upon the individual. Better relationships, higher income, a different job, buying a house, etc. At this point, this person has not yet made a committed decision to go after what they really want. They haven't formed the belief that they can get it. And even though on a conscious level they create an idea of living the life they do want, illustrated by the why, nothing in their results change because they just deal with the why idea on a conscious level, and because they have not internalized it, they do not act on it. So the person can mentally see themselves with what they want, they can dream of and form a picture of what they want, but they remain in their familiar box, their comfort zone, and nothing in their life changes because they have never internalized the idea. The third step in the process is conflict. Before I cover the state of conflict, it's important to bring to your attention that the ideas a person is emotionally involved with control the vibration they are in. Vibration on a conscious level is referred to as feeling, and although the results they are getting are what they do not want, they feel comfortable in the vibration they are in because they have been living with it every day, probably most of their life. Now in this step, the why idea moves into subconscious through emotional involvement and conflicts with the already present X-type conditioning. When this happens, you have a choice. You can step back into safety and continue to experience the same results year after year, or you can be courageous and experience the growth that you have been seeking. Everyone going after a big goal will run into the terror barrier at some point, and it's not comfortable. But any truly successful person will tell you that you must learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. that's where the magic happens. There's a quote by Kenneth Blanchard that sums this up well. He said, "There's a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in doing something, you do it only when it's convenient. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results." And finally, if we courageously move forward, we break through the barrier and enter into freedom. We become free of the mental and emotional bondage that we had been conditioned to stay in previously. The doubt, fear, and anxiety have not left completely. However, through understanding or study, we know if we persist, they will diminish. Remember that courage is not the absence of fear, it is the determination to act despite the fear. Work to increase your knowledge. When knowledge increases, fear and anxiety decrease. And last but not least, always remember discipline. Discipline is the ability to give yourself a command and follow it. Imagine yourself on the other side of that terror barrier. See it vividly and feel what it will feel like. Do this daily to increase the amplitude of your new vibration, and this will carry you over. So how can we break through the barriers in our lives? How can we get to the summit of our desires? Thoreau said it this way: "If a person advances confidently in the direction of their dream and endeavors to live the life they've imagined, they will meet with success unexpected in common hours." The fact is, we can achieve more than we're getting in our lives right now. There is a way. Success is a system based on how our minds work and on the laws that govern the universe. It starts by having the dream and then advancing confidently towards it. So having that goal and then making a committed decision to go after it. Then it requires personal study with constant spaced repetition of the right ideas, repeating in your mind the image that you want to achieve. And finally, persistence, which will eventually lead us across the terror barrier into freedom. Please subscribe to this channel to get all of the videos that I'll be offering that will provide useful information for mastering your mind and achieving your best life. You can also find more information and resources on my website, jeffreyclarson.com. Thank you.